welcome back, guys. This is King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto lost Jiraiya earlier, and this is going to be a kind of a different wife since Naruto won't really be in the village. But anyways, this time I'm going to make it so that Naruto is actually, of course, born as per normal, but of course, once all the events of the attack on the Leaf Village, and just saying, if you guys think that I'm a horrible human being for killing off Jiraiya earlier than when he died, bro, I was holding off on doing this what if for a long while. I actually wanted to do it at least around a month or two ago, but I don't want to do it because Jiraiya is one of my favorite characters, and if you watched most of my videos, I try my best to keep Jiraiya alive. Like, sometimes giving one arm, sometimes making Naruto go with him, sometimes allowing him to master Sage Mode. Like, you see, I love Jiraiya. I cried when he died. Such a good character. Kishimoto, you're a prick. Anyways, now, of course, Naruto would be adopted by his godfather, and here Naruto would actually know that Jiraiya is his godfather, but he wouldn't know anything about Minato or Kushina. He'd know he's an Uzumaki and his name would be Naruto Uzumaki as per normal. However, Jiraiya will be adopting him. Anyways, Naruto grows up in Mount Myoboku as per normal, and what? As per normal, sorry, my bad. But he grows up in Mount Myoboku, making friends with Kamagichi and all the toads, and actually learning with Jiraiya. Jiraiya actually teaches Naruto from a very young age to make him the best of the best. And anyways, Jiraiya, after seeing that Naruto could actually learn really fast, except for the clone jutsu, and just saying, Naruto started training at the age of 4, so the clone jutsu, of course, wasn't his forte. So Jiraiya tried the shadow clone jutsu, and if that didn't work, he'd try again a few years later. Maybe Naruto is just not ready yet, his body is not developed yet, and anyways, or developed enough, and you need a certain amount of development. And anyways, of course, Naruto would be able to master the Shadow Clone Jutsu within hours, and Jiraiya was like, damn, alright then, so it must be something to do with the Nine Tails or something. And anyways, since Naruto had so much chakra and he couldn't control it, he could use the Shadow Clone Jutsu so much easy. He could use the Shadow Clone Jutsu better than the clone jutsu. My English just disappeared there. But anyways, of course, Jiraiya noticed this and thought that maybe it's because of Naruto's immense amount of chakra, being an Uzumaki and having the Nantos inside of him, it just makes it that much harder for him to control his chakra. And so he thought of teaching him more high chakra draining jutsus, which wouldn't really affect Naruto much because he has so much chakra inside of him. Anyways, Naruto during these years, the next year since the age of 4, he actually begins training with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya actually teaches him all the things that he knows, pretty much. At first, he started off small with just a few clone jutsu, which failed, and then the shadow clone jutsu, and then he went on to actually teach him like jutsus like the Rasengan, but Naruto couldn't control them, and so Jiraiya realized that maybe that's a bit too advanced for Naruto at this age, and so he actually started training him in different things. For example, improving his taijutsu first of all, and then Jiraiya actually got Naruto to actually fight one of the toads, and that was a year after his training began, and he only knows that one jutsu right now. And anyways, Naruto is actually pretty skilled with that one jutsu, and it's a Shadow Clone Jutsu if no one noticed yet. But anyways, Naruto actually, after a year of just taijutsu training, actually became much stronger, and his taijutsu was already on the level of nearing a Chunin level's taijutsu at the age of 5. Jiraiya realized that Naruto is a prodigy, and I'm going to make Naruto a prodigy here. And anyways, Naruto, of course, was a happy-go-lucky kid. He was a prodigy, but he loved spending time with his godfather Jiraiya. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Jiraiya did have a very good relationship, and every time Jiraiya actually left, Naruto would be saddened by this, but of course he knows that Jiraiya is a great shinobi, and he has to do this for the sake of others and for the sake of the Leaf Village, which he knows that he's from, and Jiraiya adopted him from there. Anyways, Naruto's grateful that someone like Jiraiya adopted him, because Jiraiya is the best father that he could have ever asked for. And anyways, now Naruto and Jiraiya, of course, continue their training. Well, not Jiraiya continues Naruto's training, and now Naruto actually begins to learn. Sorry about the kids shouting outside. I think those are my neighbors. But anyways, Naruto actually begins to learn jutsus, like the Toad Oil Jutsu, and the jutsus that Jiraiya is known for. And anyways, now, anyway, of course, Naruto learned the Toad Oil Jutsu, and then he actually learned the Fireball Jutsu, which Jiraiya taught him. Yes, Jiraiya has full chakra ninjas, if no one knew. And yeah, so Jiraiya teaches him a lot of fire release jutsus. For example, the fire dragon bomb, the fire dragon bomb jutsu. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. I'm just waffling. But anyways, of course, Naruto would learn these jutsus, and Jiraiya would be proud of Naruto each time he learned a new jutsu, and Naruto would only do it because he wants Jiraiya to be proud. He doesn't really care over anything else right now. And anyways, Naruto learns a lot of fire techniques throughout the next 6 months, and he's mostly a fire user for now. However, Naruto does start branching out, and he actually does start learning like wind release jutsus, for example, the wind gale palm, and jutsus like the wind the wind shuriken. So basically, it's basically the jutsu that Danzo used against Sasuke in the fight. Danzo versus Sasuke. We all know that fight, right? And anyways, of course, Naruto learns that. So basically, what he does is that he blows wind into the small shurikens, and they attain. Basically, they have a pretty massive range, since basically Naruto has put, like I said before, he put wind into the. I don't even know how to explain it, because that fight I wasn't really paying too much attention to. I was actually multitasking, doing my homework while watching that fight, because I loved Naruto so much back then that I used to watch it as doing schoolwork. Yes, I did. That's because I'm a hardcore fan. I wouldn't say a Naruto. I am a Naruto, but anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Jiraiya would continue their training, and Naruto would learn more wind jutsus. For example, the for other jutsus, not just the two wind jutsus, and he would learn the wind prison and the wind, and he would actually learn another jutsu called the fireball combustion jutsu, which is basically a fireball but with the wind release added to it, and pretty much having the two together would make it stronger, and he would as soon as he hit someone, not only would it burn them, but it would explode. For example, it would explode and create a massive explosion, and the radius would be pretty big. It would be like the radius of not the radius, but it would cover the same area that the explosion of the Rasen Shuriken would, and that's how strong he is. But anyways, Naruto is now 7, and he also unlocked the water release, and now he has the water dragon jutsu, the water shockwave, and also Naruto knows how to use water and wind together. He doesn't have ice, and Jiraiya and Naruto do spar quite a bit, and Naruto does very well, but once Jiraiya actually starts trying, it's over for Naruto. And anyways, Naruto then unlocks Earth release, which is another release that Jiraiya has, and Naruto learns the the earthquake jutsu. Also, he learns the the Earth Dragon Jutsu, which is a dragon coming out of the earth and pretty much smashing everything in its path. And also, he starts doing a bit of Sage Mode training, but it's very small, and he isn't able to do it much. But one day, Naruto is brought outside of Mount Myoboku. Of course, he's brought outside multiple times, but again, he's brought outside to actually learn the summoning jutsu, which he actually learns it at the age of 7. And now Naruto's 8. Naruto has 4 chakra natures, and he's very skilled in them. Of course, he learns other jutsus with the chakra releases that he had before getting any new ones. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Jiraiya would be pretty strong. Jiraiya would actually get stronger just by sparring with Naruto here and there. Not as strong, not as strong as Jiraiya. Not as strong as Naruto with Sage Mode. Of course, he's close to that strength already, since Jiraiya being the OP beast he is. But anyways, of course, Naruto is Chunin level by now at the age of 7, and he's actually beginning to get closer in mastering the Sage Mode that he's been trying to learn for so long with Jiraiya. Of course, Jiraiya has it mastered, but of course Naruto doesn't, and Naruto doesn't even have the imperfect version. He just doesn't know it. And anyways, he knows how to use he knows how to gather a bit of a sage chakra, but not too much of it, and it's always very small. It's a very small amount, and Naruto already starts turning into a toad. You know how if you absorb too much of the chakra, you become a toad. Yeah, Naruto, just by absorbing a little bit, he starts becoming a toad. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto's actually taken out for at the age of 8. Naruto's actually taken out to the village, and they were actually heading there, while of course the Akatsuki was being made at this point in the story. And Naruto pretty much, remember, the Akatsuki was already doing missions, and I know by this time I'm pretty sure pain should have been made, and Yahiko and all the paints are made by now. And anyways, now Naruto and Jiraiya on their way to the village, they actually encounter one of the paints, which Jiraiya actually realizes that this is Yahiko, and he tries to talk to him, thinking that the friends, student and teacher, but Nagato, of course, controlling Yahiko's body as pain, and realized that maybe he should capture him, and he starts fighting, and Jiraiya actually realizes that this is dangerous, and he tells Naruto to run, but Naruto stays, and Jiraiya says, alright, then we'll have to fight him together, and goes into his Sage Mode, because realizing that how strong he is just off of having the Rinnegan and knowing how to use it pretty well, and knowing how to use any of the techniques of the Rinnegan just shows that you are a very strong person, since it's a Rinnegan, for fuck's sake. Anyways, of course, Jiraiya and Naruto fight together, and remember, Jiraiya hasn't mastered the Sage Mode, but it's not like Naruto at this point. Remember, Naruto had the Rasen Shuriken. He had a lot of jutsus and a lot of S rank. One of the jutsu being an S rank jutsu which can kill an Akatsuki member in one shot, which I'm talking about Kakuzu. But anyways, we move after this. Of course, Naruto is clearly much stronger than Jiraiya when he's in his perfect Sage Mode than Jiraiya. But anyways, now, of course, Jiraiya tries his hardest, and in the end, he does not win, and he's at his limit. And Jiraiya, of course, realizes that if he's going to die here, and Naruto, of course, being injured too, he did try fighting, which he failed. If he dies here, Naruto will be captured by the Akatsuki, and it's over. And Jiraiya, the times that he used to go out on missions weren't to find Orochimaru anymore. It's for Naruto's safety. He knew that there was something up with he knew that there was something up, and someone was after the Nine Tails, after the Jinchuriki, after Tail Beasts, and that's why he was actually making he was actually doing missions to find information about them, and he found out about the Akatsuki, so he was aware of them, and now that he met one, he succumbed to them before he could even put up a proper fight. And in the end, Jiraiya, using the last bits of his chakra, actually does a reverse summon jutsu with him and Naruto to Mount Nyoboku. Once they arrive, they're told to try healing Jiraiya. However, he's lost too much blood. He's too far gone, and Jiraiya eventually dies due to his wounds. And of course, Naruto was very angered at himself, and he blames himself for it because, of course, Takatsu member was after him. And anyways, Jiraiya does tell Naruto that it's fine. He doesn't need to blame himself for it. And after this, Jiraiya is actually gone, and Naruto actually takes him to the Leaf Village with Kosaku. Yes, so Kosaku goes to the Leaf Village with the Toads, and pretty much now Naruto has to tell the Hokage about what happened to Jiraiya. And anyways, of course, he tells him, and the Hokage actually invites Naruto to remain in the Leaf Village, and Naruto declines, saying that he's not going to stay. He's going to get stronger on his own, and then literally leaves with Fukasaku. He already told about Fukasaku already knew about this, and so he actually already accepted Naruto's decision, and he's like, I can't say less, bro. And now, of course, Naruto, after pretty much doing everything that he needed, he was actually walking outside the Hokage's office. The Hokage was kind of saddened by what happened to Naruto, since Naruto lost everyone from the very beginning. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto on his way out, he does bump into someone, and that was Tsuki. And by this time, the Uchiha massacre already happened. And anyways, now, of course, Tsuki already lost her parents and everything, and so, of course, and just saying, this time she will be Sasuke's sister, and since she lost everyone, of course, they could actually relate to each other, since they have no one left. But anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Naruto and Tsuki are kind of friends, but at the same time, the really not not friends. What am I talking about? Not friends, sorry. But anyways, of course, they do say hello to each other. But anyways, after this, Naruto leaves, and Tsuki actually wonders why he's with a toad, and why is he walking out. He seems to be her same age. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto returns to Mount Myoboku to train, and Fukasaku actually gives Naruto scrolls, and actually goes to the Leaf Village to actually procure some scrolls for him. And Naruto learns quite a bit, and after pretty much another 4 years of training, Naruto is actually very strong. Not pretty strong, very, very strong. He's already Jonin level. However, Naruto doesn't really have any other purpose except for pretty much finishing off the Akatsuki, the people who killed Jiraiya, and that's literally his goal, and he doesn't have any other goal. And anyways, now Naruto, of course, comes out of Mount Myoboku, mastering Sage Mode already. Well, sorry, not mastering, having imperfect Sage Mode. However, he was going to return to Master soon. He actually needed to go on a journey and learn stuff on his own. And anyways, this was when Naruto first became 12. Of course, there were a few more months in the academy, so Naruto wouldn't be on his own for he wouldn't be on his own forever, and he would eventually return to the meet the Leaf villagers, or the shinobi of the Leaf. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto, once he actually left Mount Myoboku, he actually was heading towards the land of wind, where basically the sand village was. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Gaara actually do meet. And anyways, now, Naruto and Gaara pretty much can relate just a little bit, not too much, but to be honest, not much at all. Naruto does meet Gaara, however, he's not really friends with him at all. But anyways, of course, he sees how people treat Gaara, and he can kind of see himself, because once he went to the Leaf Village, of course, people were giving him looks as well for that one girl that he met, which he doesn't even know her name yet. But anyways, of course, now Naruto does talk to Gaara, and pretty much gives him therapy. And anyways, he says that he'll be his friend if no one else wants to, and not to go to the dark side. And pretty much Naruto was Gaara's light, and then Naruto actually left. Of course, Gaara understood why, and pretty much gave Gaara new motivation. And pretty much, just saying, Gaara knew that Naruto was a Jinchuriki as well. And anyways, now Naruto and Gaara did become friends, but they still don't know each other too well. And anyways, now Naruto and again Gaara, keep saying Gaara, but anyways, Naruto actually leaves at this point, and he's on his own. And Naruto, during this time, he does meet new people. However, not too many new people, but the people that he meets, they're not too bad. And he meets one particular person, and that was thing. That was actually a samurai, which gave Naruto new motivation in learning new things, and not only being a ninja. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto never thought that doing anything else other than being a ninja would really help him at all. But anyways, now Naruto does pretty much learn new things from this guy, and he actually, the dude actually gives him a sword of some sorts. Yes, he gives him a sword, and anyways, he learns how to use the sword. And anyways, now, of course, Naruto spent 4 months with this guy, and he learned quite a bit from him. But anyways, now Naruto and the guy do part ways, since they do go two different ways. And anyways, now Naruto actually does learn a few things, and this guy knew how to use the sword very well. He's not really a samurai, he just knew how to use a short sword. And anyways, now Naruto would travel through wind, rain, hot weather, and even snow. And anyways, of course, it's pretty much spring now, and of course I say all of these, but it's not like different seasons. I'm talking about just days being hot, cold, you know what I mean. Anyways, of course, Naruto, on his journey, he meets different people, and he knows how to use the sword as well now. And he already knew how to use ninja tools, but this is just a whole different level of strength. But anyways, now Naruto, of course, being already Jonin level on his journeys, of course, he's just resting now, and he's actually in a village right now. And now we will actually cover some bits with the Leaf Village. And of course, we know that Tsuki, and Tsuki is replacing Naruto here, and she's a knucklehead. And basically, Team 7 would just be Tsuki, Sasuke, and Sakura. And the bell test would go a bit similar to the original, just that Tsuki will be the Naruto like always. And Tsuki and Team 7 do missions, D-rank missions for a full month until. And just saying, Tsuki is very strong. She's a prodigy, but she's more of a knucklehead. Basically, she's like a Sasuke, but more of a Naruto. Personality-wise, Naruto. Strength-wise and ability-wise, Sasuke. Well, Sasuke is just a Sasuke, Sakura is just a Sakura. And anyways, now, of course, Tsuki does pretty much continue her training, and Sakura actually joins her sometimes, and she's actually pretty strong. And anywho, Naruto, he's actually nearing, now pretty much we covered everything with both of them, and the timelines are pretty much synced. And now Team 7 does get their C rank mission, and Tazuna does get introduced to the story, and pretty much Tazuna and Team 7 do go to the mission. Here it's actually Tsuki being a bit shorter than Sakura and being kind of bullied on, or picked on. But anyways, now Tsuki being the strongest one, on par with Sasuke, of course, scares him a bit off. But anyways, now Tsuki and Team 7 actually do go with Tazuna, and they still go up against the two demon brothers as per normal. And anyways, now Naruto is actually in Tazuna's town right now, in the little village, and he's actually resting. He's taking a little break from his journeys, and he's just gonna stay there for a week or so. And during this week, of course, Team 7 does still go up against the opposite worlds, mostly Kakashi, and Kakashi in the end gets pretty much saved by Tsuki and Sasuke, pulling off the same exact trick as they did in the original with Naruto and Sasuke. But anyways, now, so basically the story in the Leaf is a lot similar to the original, other than Naruto's story, which is very different. And anyways, now, Naruto, well, of course, Tsuki being a lot stronger, not stealing the scroll, stealing, and just being a generational genius, and the Hokage actually training her sometimes. Yes, the Hokage, Tsuki's actually made a very good, Tsuki and the Hokage have that student-teacher relationship, just like Naruto and Jiraiya, but Naruto had more like a family relationship with Jiraiya at that point. And anyways, now, they do go, Tsuki is now in the, you know how Tazuna takes Sakura and Naruto in the town, and the little kid pretty much asks Sakura for sweets. That same thing happens, but this time it's actually the kid asking sweets for to Naruto, and Naruto actually having quite a bit of money is like, here, have this, and pretty much gives everything he has in his wallet, leaving just a little bit so he can actually get some food for himself before leaving. And anyways, Naruto doesn't really mind starving. Remember, he lived in Mount Miyaboku for years, and so he's used to having like bugs, and he can hunt. That kid's a small kid, so he gave him everything, and that amount of money was more than enough for the kid to actually to get the medicine for his mom, and the mom and dad actually start working together, and blah blah blah. So basically the kid actually gets out of poverty thanks to Naruto, and pretty much Naruto just smiles, and Tsuki sees the same eyes that she saw years back, 4 years ago, and pretty much as they were walking past each other, Tsuki actually purposefully trips and falls into Naruto, and Naruto says, "You're right." And anyways, of course, he sees the leaf headband, and he's Leaf Shinobi. So why are you guys here? And anyways, of course, Tsuki's like, "Are you that kid I saw 4 years back?" And Naruto does recall what happened 4 years back. He actually bumped into a girl, and the same thing's happening here. And he's like, "Oh, you must be that girl or something. I don't really know your name." And Tsuki then actually helps Naruto up. Naruto, of course, gets up, and Sakura actually asks Tsuki who this is, and Tsuki's like, I wouldn't say an acquaintance or a friend, it's just someone that I met briefly 4 years ago. I'll be right back. You guys can go to the shops and everything. And anyways, Naruto and Tsuki do I wouldn't say catch up like friends, but they kind of get acquainted with each other. And Naruto pretty much asks what Tsuki's doing here, and Tsuki says that she's here on a mission, and she asks the same to Naruto, and Naruto pretty much says, well, you could say it's a mission, but I'm actually here to learn a few things before going back to my home and learning Sage Mode, and then going on the hunt for the Akatsuki. And anyways, of course, Tsuki being smart as fuck, she actually, just saying, Jiraiya actually gave Naruto gave the scroll that Jiraiya was meant to give to the Hokage with every single information about the Akatsuki, and Tsuki actually came to find out, and she knows that her brother is in the Akatsuki, and asks if basically he can leave one Akatsuki member to her and her brother. And basically he asks why, and she says, I don't want to leave him alive, but my brother wants to kill him, but I just want to ask him a few questions. And Naruto's like, well, first come first serve. Anyways, I'll be going now, it's getting late, I want to sleep. And anyways, of course, Tsuki says her goodbyes, and Tazuna and Sakura come out. And anyways, Sakura teases Tsuki, saying is that her boyfriend and everything. But anyways, now after this, a week later, of course, Naruto here doesn't really meet Haku the same way. It was actually Tsuki who meets Haku the way Naruto did. However, this time it was Tsuki actually learning a jutsu from the Scroll of Sealing called the Rasengan, which of course Naruto already knows by now. And anyways, of course, while she was learning this, of course, she meets Haku, and while Haku was actually in the town, Naruto actually meets Haku at a medicinal store, and pretty much they are make acquaintance, friends, kinda. Naruto asks why he needs all these medicines, and pretty much Haku says that he needs to help someone heal the one that he loves the most. And pretty much Naruto asks why does he even bother, and pretty much Naruto is saying this because he doesn't really remember anything to do with love anymore. After Jiraiya died, Naruto has pretty much only had friends, but really he didn't have a family after that. And the feeling of pretty much loving someone and wanting to protect them just disappeared from Naruto. And now Naruto doesn't know how that feels anymore. And pretty much Haku has to explain to Naruto that when someone is when you have someone precious to you and you want to protect them, you become stronger and you do your best to protect them. And Naruto got a revelation pretty much. He was like, alright, anyways, I'll be going now. And on his way, pretty much Naruto was tearing up, realizing that the only reason he's still alive is because of that love that Jiraiya had for him. And imagine Jiraiya didn't really love him and just didn't care about him as a whole. He could have just died in front of pain instead of using his last little bit of strength to teleport Naruto. Well, not teleport, reverse summon jutsu him out there with him. But of course, and live on to tell Naruto everything that he wanted to tell him, and pretty much then die. Of course, the news did go around. Even Tsunade felt a gaping hole in her heart after Jiraiya died. Of course, losing her brother, losing her lover, losing the one person that loved her, and of course her other teammate Orochimaru, going to the dark side and everything. But anyways, of course, she thought that she was a curse, and ever since she's fully been avoiding anything to do with ninjas as a whole, like not even the Leaf Village, just ninjas as a whole. And anyways, now of course Naruto on his way to his next destination, it was near the Leaf Village. He was actually wanted to learn something from a shinobi that he heard rumors that she's there, and he actually wanted to meet Tsunade. And on his way there, he actually saw the fight against Haku and Zabuza, and pretty much he saw that there were Haku threw Senbone at Tsuki, and instinctively Naruto pulled out the sword that he had, and the short sword that he had, and pretty much deflected every single Senbone and appeared out of nowhere. And once he did, of course, Naruto gave off an impression of being serious, and pretty much Naruto's like, what's happening here? I thought this was meant to be a C-rank mission. Well, anyways, Naruto pretty much takes Haku down for them and asks, so this must be the person that you love the most. And pretty much Naruto understood straight away. He wasn't saying why or anything, but as soon as they hear the sound of 1,000 birds, can you shut up, you damn cars? Of course, Haku heads to protect Zabuza, and Naruto was actually surprised by why he did it. And anyways, Haku does explain again that Zabuza is the only one that he had in his whole life, and pretty much explains his backstory, that he was an orphan and shit. And anyways, of course, Naruto felt something break inside of him as soon as Zabuza described Haku as a tool after his death. Naruto pretty much took Zabuza down himself, pretty much slicing him in his muscles where now he can't move. And anyways, of course, he's next to Zabuza, and once Gato and his men appeared and said that thank you to Naruto and pretty much dollars. Naruto got pretty pissed off and said, Zabuza actually stood up, even though he shouldn't be able to. Just how angry he is, and pretty much he goes off on his own to actually beat the shit out of Gato, and Naruto joins. And anyways, after this, pretty much Gato is dead. Zabuza is actually next to Haku, and pretty much Naruto says it's a good way to go out. And anyways, after this, pretty much Naruto digs a hole, a grave for them, and puts Haku's mask on. Well, he pretty much uh, sticks a wooden stick in it, and pretty much over the earth that he put on top of the bodies, and puts Zab's. He sticks Zab's sword in on top of his grave, while he puts Haku's mask on top of on the stick, and pretty much make sure he stays there. And anyways, now, oh shit. And anyways, now Naruto does do a little prayer for them, and he's ready to go off until Kakashi asks Naruto if he wants to go to the Leaf Village with them, and Naruto said that that's not his destination right now, and Kakashi says that it's just for a bit. The Hokage has been asking about him after all, and Naruto does know that the Hokage is a good person, because Jiraiya always had stories about him and his team, especially the Hokage, and how strong he is. And Naruto thought maybe he can learn a few things from him, and he's like, alright then, I'll return with you guys. But it's not permanent, it's temporary. And anyways, of course, Naruto actually returns with them. However, he's actually behind them, because he doesn't really want to walk with them. He doesn't feel like he has the right to, first of all. And anyways, now, of course, Atsuki always tries to talk to Naruto, and Naruto gives her very short answers, very brief answers. For example, that, hey Naruto, what did you do all these years? And Naruto's like, train. And pretty much one word answers, and pretty much yes, no. And anywho, once they arrive at the Leaf Village, Naruto is kind of feels like he's at home for some reason. But anyways, once he enters, he wants to get out straight away because of all the looks he's getting. But he needs to understand that his friend Gaara must be going through this right now, so he needs to persevere too. And he's sure Gaara is changing as he walks, as he thinks about him. And anyways, Gaara has changed quite a bit in his own village. He's not as murderous, or he's not as bloodthirsty. However, he still is, but not as much. He wouldn't kill someone when it's not needed to. However, he enjoys killing when it's needed. But anyways, now, so he's kind of a psychopath. But anyways, since he doesn't kill when it's not needed, it's fine, right? Anywho, after this, Naruto does meet with the Hokage, and the Hokage asks Naruto, how's he been? And Naruto says that he's been alright, and he asks him how's Jiraiya's death been on him, and has it how has his mind changed? And Naruto's like, nothing really changed. I have to get stronger, just like my father wanted me to, and I need to destroy the Akatsuki before any other Jinchuriki goes through the pain I did. And anyways, of course, Naruto is trying to protect every Jinchuriki out there. That's his goal right now. However, he won't be able to, first of all, because I'm the maker of the story right now, and we need a war arc. And yes, we need a war arc. I need a video. Leave me alone. I need content. I need to make you guys happy. And anyways, of course, Naruto doesn't know that. Only we know. So dramatic irony and allow English in it. And anywho, now Naruto and the Hokage do have some alone time. Pretty much the Hokage asking Naruto what he learned, and Naruto explained that he learned quite a few jutsus, pretty much every jutsu scroll that they gave him, and he learned it. And jutsus that he learned from the Toads, and he has some jutsu, the reverse summon jutsu. He has he has imperfect sage mode, and he's only out of Mount Myoboku right now. He's been out of there for the last 6 months, just because he wants to learn new things, new techniques, new jutsus, new fighting styles outside of what he's been taught. And he wants to combine it into his own, and pretty much then return to Mount Myoboku as a stronger person, and pretty much strong enough to master Sage Mode, since the only person that he's known ever to master Sage Mode is his father, Jiraiya, or his adoptive father, godfather, pretty much. Naruto knows that Jiraiya is his godfather, but anyways, now Naruto and of course, Naruto and the Hokage do pretty much hit off, and Naruto actually likes the Hokage overall. The Hokage is a good person, he can tell. But anyways, now Naruto and was told that the Chunin exams are coming up, and he asked Naruto uh, if he wanted to become a Leaf Shinobi. Naruto said that he doesn't. He is not well. He's not in. He is interested. However, at the same time, he's not. Of course, Jiraiya was one, and that's the reason that he would like to be one. However, his goals do not benefit the Leaf Village in any way. In fact, they benefit more the other villages, since he's helping the other villages protect their tail beast, and so he doesn't believe that he's worthy enough, and he believes that he doesn't deserve it, and so he says no to it and explains his reasoning. And he gives his reasoning, saying that Elite Shinobi should do everything in his power or her power to benefit the village and protect it, while his goal right now is to benefit other villages, pretty much benefit others outside the Leaf Village and make it worse for the Leaf Village, since if the Akatsuki captures every other tail beast before him, it's better for the Leaf Village, because now the Leaf Village is the strongest one, right? But at the same time, he doesn't want that. But anyways, now he wants good for the Leaf, but at the same time, he doesn't want it right now, if that makes sense. And anywho, now Naruto and the Hokage understood, and he doesn't really mind Naruto's goal, and he says that even if his goal is that, he can still become a Leaf Shinobi. They don't really mind. He doesn't mind. In fact, Naruto says he will once his goal is complete, and pretty much protects once he believes he's ready for it. And anyways, the Hokage says, take your time, you're more than welcome to become a Leaf Shinobi, and from what I can see from just your presence alone, you're already a Jonin rank Shinobi in my eyes. And anyways, Naruto says thank you, and now he goes off on his own. And of course, the Hokage actually gives Naruto keys to a home, and Naruto is actually going to stay for the next Chunin exams, which is in 2 weeks, and he's going to stay until the finals, and he's actually going to help out here and there if it's needed. Of course, it's not going to be needed, but anyways, now Naruto actually goes to his original home in the original series, but it's a new home, and this time he keeps it well. And anyways, Tsuki actually stalks him there and asks Naruto if she can come into it, and Naruto also asks, pretty much Naruto says it's alright, and he's not weirded out that she stalked him. He thought that maybe she just saw him and just went up with him, and Naruto didn't notice. No, she stalked him. And anyways, of course, Tsuki asks if Naruto's going to stay in the village from now on, since like he has a home, and Naruto says no, he's only staying for the Chunin exams, and Tsuki's been told about this. Kakashi is a bit more bothered now after seeing how much stronger a 12-year-old who hasn't even been in the Leaf Village and was trained with by Jiraiya, but Jiraiya died 4 years ago, which saddened him as well. Remember, Jiraiya was like the teacher of his teacher, and he pretty much whatever. But anywho, of course, Tsuki actually said, "Oh, okay," and pretty much already knew about the Chunin exams, and she's actually excited, and she wants to actually win the Chunin exams to pretty much impress Naruto. Tsuki is kinda crushing on Naruto right now, but anyways, at first she was just fascinated by Naruto's character and how he acts and speaks and just is. Naruto was Naruto in a whole, like, she literally was intrigued by him. But now, after Naruto saved her, she actually started like having feelings for him, crushing on him pretty much. But anyways, now the ship is sailing. Anywho, of course, I'm just gonna make it that thing. Lee actually saved Hinata. Not saying I want to become Hokage, he just saved her. And anyways, now he was just walking by. He's like, "Hey, you guys, don't bully someone like that. A person weaker than them." And anyways, now, of course, Naruto and Tsuki do talk for a while, and in the end, Naruto actually begins cooking. And Naruto, even though living in Mount Miyaboku, he learned how to cook, and he didn't have too much food or produce. He actually went out and bought them and asked Tsuki if he wanted to stay with him and have dinner, and Tsuki of course accepted. Remember, Tsuki doesn't really have to go home since she lives separately from Sasuke, and her parents aren't alive right now. But anyways, right now, as in I'm saying right now, like, they're just going to come back alive again. No, this ain't Dragon Ball. But anyways, of course, Naruto and Tsuki not Naruto. Well, Naruto and Tsuki. Sorry, Naruto and Tsuki have dinner, and Tsuki goes home. After this, Tsuki actually begins her training, and Naruto actually attends her training each day. He actually is very intrigued by how Tsuki trains, and Tsuki has the 2-tone Sharingan by the time the 2-week training finishes, and the Chunin exam begins. Of course, exams begin. Of course, Naruto can't see the first part of the exam, but Tsuki pretty much beats every single score that was put in front of her. So basically, her brothers and Minato's, and she becomes the new record holder. And anyways, Naruto, after hearing this news, he was actually very happy, but at the same time, he was very intrigued by Tsuki even more now, because before he thought she was just a very hardworking person, but now he realizes that she is a prodigy, a generational genius, in fact. And especially because the fourth Hokage was known to be like the generational genius of the Leaf, and pretty much same as Itachi Uchiha, which now is in the Akatsuki. But anyways, now Naruto and Tsuki of course comes out, and she's very happy, but of course she has to go straight to the second part of the exam, which Naruto wasn't going to attend again. And anywho, of course, there Sasuke still gets the curse marker, and here Tsuki is the one to actually save everyone in the end, coming back. She actually got kicked away very far while Sasuke got bitten afterwards, and Sakura couldn't really do much, even though being a bit stronger than in the original. Tsuki has to come in and use her 2-tone Sharingan to keep up against Orochimaru a bit, but then Orochimaru escapes, realizing that there's no point of fighting anymore. And anyways, Tsuki and Sakura take Sasuke away, and pretty much then they get attacked, but Tsuki is there, and Lee arrives, but then Lee gets destroyed too, and Tsuki was already tired. Tsuki could take all three of them on together, but of course she was tired, and the last thing that she could do is try and do Rasengan until Sasuke woke up and took care of everything, and pretty much in the end Sasuke faints, and the curse mark is glowing red, and Tsuki realizes that this is a problem. But anyways, now of course, once they finish, they tell Kakashi, and Kakashi seals away, and the second part of the preliminaries begin. Anyway, that's where I'm gonna end off. Hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet, Minman on Tree. Also, my friend Hxmesh, and the second channel, DB Lover. I haven't uploaded it in a while, but it's just that I don't have the time right now, especially because of all the things I have to do, and I'm moving. I'm recording this in the process of moving, and I just found some little gap of free time, and it's not even an hour, and yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed it, and don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo, link in the description, and good quality lamps from lamty.com. You can get 5% off on Beautiful Halo on your next $49 plus order with the code MEME, MEME, and 10% off on your next $99 plus order, still on Beautiful Halo, with the code MEMES, MEMES, and 10% off on any of your orders on lamty.com, and you can get any type of lamp, your choice. I got a Luffy one. I can't wait for my new room to put on finally, and the code is capital L, then AMPTEE, double E, remember, and only the L is capital, dash the king of weebs, just like on YouTube, everything capital except from O and F. Anyways, my ducklings, you're dismissed, and take care, peace.